Welcome, everyone. Today we have Allison Williams, who I am super excited to talk to about growing your law firm and really growing your business, because hopefully we can start looking at whatever business it is we're running as a business rather than the technical aspect of what we do day to day. So Allison, please introduce yourself to everyone.
Okay, hi. I am Allison Williams. I am known as the Law Firm Mentor. Law Firm Mentor is a business coaching service for solo and small law firm attorneys. We help you grow your revenues, crush chaos in business, and make more money.
What a good, unique selling proposition.
Good
Where did you
stuff,
come
right?
up with that?
I don't know how I really came up with it. I think probably the thing that came up was I was flooding around to different Facebook groups, and like all of a sudden someone asked me for like however long how I was able to scale my law firm. I started a law firm and grew it into a multi-million-dollar firm in 3.5 years. And people started asking me, oh my God, how'd you do it? What's the one thing that you can do? And of course, there's a lot of things. There's not one thing. But I basically said that if I had to encapsulate it into a phrase, I would say I crushed the chaos in my business. So in other words, I created a system around everything. Nothing is left to anyone's independent thought, independent judgment. Everything is in a written system for how we do things. And if anything needs to be changed, I'm very flexible in that regard. I give people autonomy and authority to make modifications, but the modifications get reduced to writing. People get trained on the modifications. Nothing is a crapshoot. And so after a while, I just started saying it, and then I started thinking about my own business growth. And the business process really was, first you got to have enough money to really buy yourself the convenience of space and not being a slave to your business. So that's really the growing revenue. And then once you get grown and you start adding a lot of infrastructure, adding more clients, adding more marketing, adding more sales, then you really have to get that stuff under control, or you're going to very quickly fall into malpractice or grievance world. So you have to crush the chaos. And then once you get the chaos crushed, you can become super efficient, which gets you over to more money. So that's how they kind of formed.
It's not easy for me to go like, no, this is the way it's going to be done. And then to repeat that every day until it is done, or to put like if-thens, like if you don't do this, X is the penalty. So for someone like that, which I know a lot of people have that same problem, like what do you do? Once you have a system, how do you get it in the DNA of your team?
Well, that's a great question, Bill. So the one thing that we did not mention on systems, which relates to this and answers the question, is the fact that you, as the owner of the business, should not be systematizing your business. The people who are doing the work are the ones who should be systematizing. Because if you sit down and try to figure out how best it's going to be when you're not the one who's doing the work, first of all, you're going to add in a bunch of additional minutiae that isn't necessary. Second of all, you're going to devalue the people who are doing the work day in and day out, because they're the ones who are on the front lines. It's kind of like if I go to a restaurant, I know what I'm served. I don't know who the line chef is. I don't know who the head chef is. I don't know how many people were in the back preparing the ingredients. I don't know the farmers that ultimately created the ingredients and delivered them, or had them delivered ultimately to the restaurant, right? I just know what I got served. So as the owner of the business, that's really what's happening. You're getting served whatever it is that your team is doing. So they need to be the ones that are doing it. And that helps a lot with figuring out why things are done a certain way. It also gives buy-in to the next round of people that you hire. So if you go hiring, you've got 3 paralegals on your team and you add one. If you add one and they are told, here is how to do things, and that person says, I don't know that really makes a whole lot of sense. In my old firm, we did blah, blah, blah. The person who's training them, or the system that's written, can explain why. And why is a very important part of every system. And every system I ever coach a client to create, I say, put why you are doing it. Not just the end result to be achieved, but why it's being done in the way that you're doing it. So you get the buy-in by virtue of that. But something else that's also critically important with people is that you get the right people. And far too often we look at name, rank, serial number, experience, years of practice, last place that they worked, references. data points. We don't look at who the person is under the hood. So I highly recommend that people use assessments with their potential candidates so that when you get a person that comes in and answers all the questions that you pose because they have practiced and rehearsed themselves into sounding like your ideal candidate, then you have more information than just what they're telling you. And the kind of the classic example of this is I see lawyers do it all the time. You know, you're desperate to hire somebody, you're down a secretary, so you say, all right, I need somebody who can type. Can you type? Yes, I can type 100 words a minute. Oh, great. I need somebody who can answer the phones. Can you answer the phones? Yes, I talk wonderfully. I have great customer service skills. Oh, this person is perfect. And then you hire the person and they type like 10 words a minute and they're rude to people on the phone because you just basically told them exactly what you wanted to hear and then they gave it to you. Because that's what their job is. That's what they're there to do. They're there to put on a show to comply with whatever it is they think that you want. So you have to be very probing in your interviews, really ask them for examples and demonstrations of things that they've done. When somebody gives you an answer, you really have to keep going deeper into why they came to that answer, how they came to that answer, someone that might disagree with them and why they might disagree. And really, I hate to say cross-examine because you don't want to have that type of tone and tenor with the person, but you really want to cross-examine the data that they're giving you.
So two big takeaways: get the right people and show the why. I always say there's 4 learning styles: why, what, how, what if. Some people just like the how. They just like step by step. That's only like 18% of learners. They did this big study, brain study. But why learners are the largest majority of human learning styles. And if people don't know why it's important, or more importantly, which has 2 times the motivating force, is what happens if you don't do it, right? So let me ask you this. So I get picking the right people. Do a whole thing on that, right? Show them the why. But what about the uncomfortable part, right? Because we could do that. We could say we're going to hire better people. We're going to show them the why. But the uncomfortable part is being the quote unquote mom, meaning, when they don't follow it. And how big are your carrots and sticks? Or is that not the model that you think of it as?
Well, so it's interesting that you asked that because I think that this is where a lot of businesses also fall down, is in leadership. So leadership and management are not the same. And it is very difficult for a law firm owner to toggle between being the leader who's like you, that likable visionary, right? The person who's forecasting where we're going and getting everyone all excited about it and kind of, carving the path and getting the team all assembled and allocating resources. That's CEO. And then shifting yourself back down into the pits of being, down in the trenches of counting the beans and saying, hey, you missed step number 73 on this system here. And if you absolutely have to do that, you have to separate yourself out from being leader and go into being manager. But it's almost invariably never as effective as having someone else be the manager in your office. So in your paralegal ranks, I highly recommend that you promote someone to lead paralegal and you give them those training skills so that they are overseeing people on their team. Person doesn't feel like, okay, I'm talking to big boss, I'm about to get fired as soon as I do something wrong, but the person knows there's a place to escalate, right? So they're talking to a manager, it can always go up. If it's attorneys, you need to have a managing attorney, and that managing attorney needs to manage the subdivision of whatever work is being done. So if it's an estate planning attorney, don't have a family law attorney in your firm being the manager, because the estate planning attorney could say, hey, we got to do it this way. I know that the system says X, but I'm ethically required, and the family law attorney doesn't necessarily know whether or not that's accurate. So you have to kind of get some of the BS factor out of the stew by virtue of having people who are competent and appropriate in that practice area overseeing that work.
Allison. Wow. Okay. So in summary, and then I want to know where everyone can contact you. We have systems and people we went deep into. We talked about how marketing should be focused on in the beginning. Then as you get more and more leads, sales becomes more and more important. But systems and people, the merge of these 2 things, your unique skill. We need to make sure we're in a recurring theme of documenting it, questioning whether it's the right cycle, the right course of events, and then templating it. Then the next step, another tip for everyone is, if you're the owner, it should actually be the person doing the work, not you theorizing what the best steps are. Then we need to get the right people, right? So we don't want to tell them what we need in the interview. That's very big takeaway there. Show them the why. And it's not what, I'm in strategic coach. It's not the what, it's the who, right? So it's not what you're going to do to manage them. No, it's who is going to manage them. Because if you're an expansive thinker and you're looking to grow your law firm, there's a pretty good chance you're not going to be the person to check in on step 73 and whether or not that was followed. And man, this is really good stuff. So Allison, first of all, what do you do with Law Firm Mentor, and where can people learn more about you?
So Law Firm Mentor is business coaching. We have a series of programs, all of which include starting with a business plan. So you have a roadmap of where you're going. And then we get into private coaching, group coaching, and accountability calls. And every program that I have has a weekly touch point with a coach so that you can make sure that you're making progress. If there are any touch points or any issues that are snags, depending on who you're working with, you will always have access to me as the owner of the company. And you can find us at lawfirmmentor.net.
Love it. Thank you so much for your time, Allison. So everyone go check out lawfirmmentor.net if you guys are interested. And thank you for all the amazing gems. Have a great rest of the day. And remember to be the most positive, solution-oriented attorney in your market, to the point where people are like, what's up with that person? We want that. All right. So I'll see you guys in the next episode. All righty. Thank you. That was amazing.
Cool. That was a lot for 30 minutes.
Yeah, I know. And we went over because I was genuinely curious and you were just dropping bombs.
All right. So where's this going to air?
YouTube.
This is on YouTube. Okay.
Yep.
All right. And I have your YouTube channels? Do I have your YouTube
it's SMB Team.
Yep. Okay. All right.
I'll let you know when. And we're actually opening a marketing coaching division where we do marketing. So maybe there's a synergy there. We're literally going to be bringing in almost as much as we, based on our projections, as we currently are as a company, through our services division, through coaching, marketing coaching specifically. It's like outsourced CMO. And I'm thinking perhaps there's a way, since you're more focused on the general business model side. I don't know. I mean, all I know is we have a very big email list and a very big tribe. And it seems like you've already learned the coaching model. I don't know. I'm just planting the seed. Maybe there's some synergy there in some way. I don't know. Yeah. But our goal is to get to 100,000 in monthly recurring coaching billing by the end of this quarter from zero. So from 0 to 100K.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah. In addition to our services business and online training. So yeah, I don't know if you have any ideas, let me know.
Yeah, I'll give it some thought. I mean, I'll tell you this, that what I help people with in marketing is always reliant upon outside vendors. So I tell people when they say, I need to grow and I need to hire somebody to market my law firm, I say, listen, I don't help you. I don't do the work of marketing a law firm. Like SEO is too intricate for somebody to dabble at that. Yeah. So I refer people out to SEO, PPC, reputation marketing, all of the online digital platforms. But what I help people with is actually creating the marketing plan. So understanding what a marketing funnel is, understanding how to hold vendors accountable, understanding how to interview, understanding what to look for, how to create your avatar, how to differentiate your segments, how to talk about different practice models in the same business. That's all, again, kind of getting the framework. And then someone needs to come along and be the right person to actually execute whatever it is that person's goal is in any particular funnel in their marketing plan.
Right. So yeah, we'll just plant the seed right now. We also have a whole online training course. I have about 200 attorneys in what's called the Grand Lawyer Marketing Plan, and it's a big it's way more granular than what you're teaching, like positioning, holding accountable. It's like how to create an ebook in 90 minutes. It's, you know, how to actually log in and fix the website errors that you have that are slowing down the website speed. It's 9 weeks of tutorials. So yeah, just consider the seed planted. I just am telling you, we're doing a very big push this quarter on the coaching side, and maybe there's a synergy that as we're walking outside and the birds chirp, we'll go, oh, that's how we can collaborate.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I appreciate the time, Allison, and thank you for the amazing nuggets, and have a great rest of the day.
Thanks. You too.
See you later.
Bye-bye.